Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Jay back at it again, and today we got the most horrifying Halloween deaths ever by a talking head. You already know what the deal is, man. Follow me on both Jay's here and Jay's there. And without further ado, let's get started.
The Hershey's incident. On a Halloween night in 2011, a small home on Winchester Avenue in Chicago quickly became the scene of a nightmare. After trick-or-treating, a grown 55-year-old man fell into a fury with his partner after discovering that his bag of Hershey's candy was missing. He was
Nigga, you a grown-ass man, bro. Nick, bro, number one, if you trick-or-treating you that old, like, nigga, just buy the candy and watch a movie with your girl, bro. Like, that I stopped trick-or-treating when I was in, like, the 7th grade, bro. Like, once you get into, like, middle school, you just kind of stop trick-or-treating, bro. Like, because I was big in middle school, bro. I was already, like, 5'11", 6 foot. And I was starting to get, you know what I'm saying, muscular. So I couldn't, like, bro, my big ass can't be showing up and on trick-or-treating. And even now, so I'm like 6'2", you know what I'm saying, 185 pounds of pure muscle, bro. I can't, bro, my big ass can't be no trick-or-treat. They be like, nigga, get the fuck out my lawn, bro.
Convinced that the 49-year-old woman had taken it, and what started as a petty accusation
Nigga, just buy some more. Nigga, go to the gas station and just buy some, nigga. It's like, buy this shit in bulk. It's like $10.
Escalated into a heated argument. The shouting grew louder and tempers boiled over. In desperation, and perhaps in an effort to also protect herself, the 49-year-old woman hurled a plate at the man's head, striking him in the face and cutting above his eye. The injury, later visible in the mugshot taken of him, only stoked his anger further. With dripping down his face, the man reached for a kitchen knife, and consumed by rage, he lashed out in a frenzy, striking the woman multiple times.
Keep in mind, this is over Hershey's, my nigga. This ain't even no nigga, this is over Hershey's, my nigga. This is over a piece of candy, my nigga. Like, bro, y'all, this proves that people will literally argue over the dumbest thing. Like, bro, if I had some candy, I find one of my homeboys, and I'm be like, damn, bro, you fat as fuck. And I'm probably just gonna get a new one, man. Like, I'm like, find your homeboys because they stole your Hershey's. Especially, nigga, this is your wife. This nigga fought his wife over her. He killed his wife over Hershey's. Like, what type of lame ass shit?
Neighbors later recalled hearing chaos and screams echoing from inside the home. Unsure as to whether or not the noises were Halloween decorations, police were eventually dispatched to the area. When officers arrived, they found the woman gravely injured. She was rushed to Cook County Hospital, where she lingered in critical condition for nearly a week. Despite doctors' efforts, her injuries proved fatal, and she later passed on November 5th. The man was arrested soon after and booked on felony charges. What had begun as a trivial Halloween quarrel between two adults ended in one of the most brutal of ways.
This is you. Wait, no. This.
Niggas really died over a Hershey's bar, bro. That's like, heck nah. Absolutely not.
Costume malfunction. On October 31st, at a thriving Halloween carnival, a 51-year-old man would step into the bustling streets dressed in a costume of burlap and straw, eager to join the thousands celebrating beneath pulsing lights and music. But in a sudden, tragic turn, the man's night of festivity shifted into pure trauma. The man joined the crowd in an energetic dance, and in the midst of the excitement, he wanted to take a break and
let me guess, his shit gonna catch on fire or something.
Light a cigarette. In his attempt, the flame from his lighter caught the edge of his costume's hood, and
why would you light a sick nigga? Oh my god. Bro, so much of this shit could be avoided with common sense. Like, you have something that's easily flammable, nigga. I don't know, this look like grass, pallet. Either way, it's easily flammable. And then you got this on your head, so if that shit catch fire, you're fucked. Why would you light up, nigga? Just wait. Take this off at least.
In an instant, his entire outfit ignited. Due to its material, the costume was extremely easy to burn, but difficult to put out and take off. The man would try ripping the costume off of his body, but its contents had already begun melting into his skin. As for the crowd around him, they at first thought it was a prank or some sort of fire stunt woven into the Halloween event. It should be noted that most of them were heavily intoxicated, so their rationality and judgment skills were extremely
Alright, nigga, you're lighting a lighter on a fit. That, nigga, that's like me eating barbecue. That's like me going to a barbecue shop and eating when I have an all-white fit on. Like, it's a recipe for disaster.
As the blaze spread violently, it swallowed him whole like a torch. His figure staggered into the mass of dancers engulfed in fire with his arms flailing in a desperate panic. People continued cheering. Individuals were so impressed by the stunt that they had begun to record the screaming victim. Only when
Terrible.
the man's screams got louder than the music at the carnival did a few sober witnesses realize what was going on. They rushed in to help and tried to rip off the burning pants and jacket that were now clinging to his skin. People took water bottles from their backpacks and emptied it onto the blaze, while others in the crowd continued chanting, snapping pictures, and dancing to what they perceived as a stunt. When the flames finally calmed, he was barely recognizable. Despite being rushed to the hospital, the man ultimately passed away from his wounds.
Hell no.
A 23-year-old mother in Hong Kong would continue navigating her life in an environment tainted by hardship. She was an orphan as a child, and as she grew up, she became addicted to abusing substances.
So there's gonna be some different shit, okay. She was kicked out of her orphanage, became homeless when she became a teen, damn.
And other things. She worked at a nightclub in one of Hong Kong's red light districts, Tsim Sha Tsui, where a 34-year-old mob boss frequently visited her for services. The gangster was known to be extremely dangerous as he had a horrible temper and would often do cruel and unusual things to people who wronged him. One day, after the two met with each other, the mobster would accidentally forget his wallet at the venue. Upon seeing that it contained 4,000 Hong Kong dollars, the woman would secretly steal it to help her own financial situation for herself and her son.
Oh no.
The mob boss found out, and out of fear of what he'd do to her, she immediately returned the money back to him. However, he wasn't satisfied. He demanded that she pay an additional $10,000 back to him as an
Nigga, you know she don't got that. You know she don't got that type of money. Nigga, if she's working at this type of job, you know she don't got that type of money, especially as a single mom.
interest fee for her thievery. Obviously, she couldn't meet those requests. On a calm night, as the woman made her way into her apartment after her shift, she'd hear knocks at her door. It would be 3 members of the Triad gang and a young girl who claimed that they wanted to settle the dispute with a more reasonable fee.
No, don't open that door.
Also, side note, the young girl seen here is actually the mob boss's girlfriend. Remember how I said he's 34? Well, she's 20 years younger than that.
14. Oh, so this nigga's a pedo. Okay, yep. Yep, it's gonna be one of those stories, man.
Yeah. Anyways, as soon as the woman opened up the door, they ripped her out of her apartment and drove her to a rundown flat on
Yeah, don't open the door, bro. This is literally the JJK meme where they got Sukuna, Toji, and Gundam like, come on, we don't jump you. Like, I'll pull it up right now. Like, nigga, it's this meme right here. It's dead ass this meme, bro. Like, nah, I'm good, gang. I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good. Nah.
Road in Kowloon. It was there that her final horrific month of torture began. Her captors beat her with pipes, suspended her in the air with wires, burned her with wax and plastic, and rubbed peppery spices into her wounds.
Keep in mind, she already paid off her debt. She stole the money, paid it off. And bro, if someone steals from me and they pay it off, I'm gonna be like, hey, bro, that's fucked up, but thanks, nigga. Like, I'm gonna be mad, but I'm like, you know, I'm gonna take my money, I'm gonna just cut my losses and keep it pushing. This is like, I don't understand how people can do this to one another, man. I don't understand how you can beat up like this woman who paid back the original amount because she knew, you know, she was scared. And then you, like, I don't understand how niggas got this level of evil in their heart.
Each day blurred into the next. It was a cycle of torment designed not only to punish her, but to strip away at her humanity. Neighbors heard nothing beyond the walls, but within them, suffering was routine. After nearly a month of agony, her body could no longer endure the mistreatment, and she would pass away from the monstrous
This went from a month, see, bro.
acts of the gang.
Nigga, if I had superpowers, bro, I'm cleaning up the streets, bro. I ain't gonna front. If I had superpowers, nah, I'm gonna be, you know, I might be a little cocky, but I'm cleaning up the streets, bro. Nigga, you give me teleportation, you give me a heaven, you give me like Toji's, physical prowess and speed, and you give me like bro, I'm cleaning up the streets, bro. I'm cleaning up the streets, bro. My name gonna be Crimson X, I'm cleaning up the streets, bro. I ain't gonna front.
Upon realization, the mob boss had his men disposing of her remains in bags and pieces to clear themselves of any evidence. However, in a grotesque and cruel twist, the boss would have her skull boiled clean, polished and preserved, and then stitched into his girlfriend's Hello Kitty plush. Actually, I don't really feel comfortable considering her his girlfriend. I mean, the man's quite literally old enough to be her father. But nonetheless, night after night, the young girl would be faced with the doll as she lived with the mob boss, and he kept it in the flat they were living in. She wouldn't be able to escape the sight of the toy, and as time went on, it began haunting her. She'd start seeing hallucinations and
This is a
apparitions
14-year-old girl, bro.
of the woman's ghost. The spirit would follow her every day, weeping dreadfully. It'd stand by the corner of her bed, staring at her every night, and if the girl ever fell asleep, it'd show up in her dreams as well, and turn them into nightmares. In her words, she said that it kept haunting her while demanding justice. It got so bad that the girl developed insomnia, and for weeks, she'd barely eat or sleep. Eventually, she broke. She ran to a nearby department, and reports from the Kowloon police station say that she turned up at the building shaking violently. As mentioned from witnesses, rather than her saying that she has a crime she needs to confess, the first words that left her mouth were something around the lines of, "I keep seeing her."
Oh, we might need to
Ran
get a
to a
thumbnail
nearby
right quick.
department, and reports from the Kowloon police station say that she turned up at the building shaking violently. As mentioned from witnesses, rather than her saying that she has a crime she needs to confess, the first words that left her mouth were something around the lines of, "I keep seeing her. I can't sleep. Please, she won't stop crying. She won't leave me alone." She was literally traumatized. The girl told police absolutely everything they needed to know, and officials set out to arrest everyone who was involved.
Yeah, get them niggas.
The three men. Actually, they don't really deserve to be called that. The three criminals were all sentenced to life in prison with a 20-year
Damn the. This is the mob boss. Yeah, you're a sick fuck. Oh, but these niggas ugly.
minimum before parole. The young girl was placed in protective custody, and after the trial, it was noted that she was seeing the ghost less. However, she'd still go on to experience nightmares and auditory hallucinations of the woman weeping. The last thing that was heard of her before she was relocated with an identity change was that she was being given psychological treatment and correctional therapy. These aren't just horror stories, they're real events, and they're all so wrong in so many ways. Halloween is meant to be scary in a fun manner.
That shit was, that last story, god damn, that shit was graphic. Yeah, but I need to get a thumbnail, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I might actually choose this one. Yeah, that's more
And in
striking.
an instant, his entire outfit ignited. Due to its material, the costume was extremely easy to burn, but difficult to put out and take off.
Yep, it's that one. But with that being said, shout out my boy The Talking Hat. But with that being said, this your boy Jay. Stay healthy, and stay blessed. And yeah.